south, hood baby, make all the girls go crazy.
This is, I used to do crafts back in the day, and I don't like, I've done so much that I'm looking back like, why didn't I document what I used to do? Because it was like really cool. I always kept busy. I was always on the go. I was always doing something. And it's like, I would love to go back on those memories and look at those things that I've done in the past. But this I used when I was into fashion and designing, and like all when I was into the, you know, modeling industry and runway, so I was designing as well. Because this, I'm moving this and waving around, but this designer was telling me, you know, I should, you know, get into that because I showed him my pieces that I have done. And he actually took one of really good pieces. I had given him a ball gown, and he wanted this belt. I wish I had. I'm gonna make another one. But it was such a cool belt. Like it had like it was a diamond, and then I put diamonds all inside that diamond, and I glued them on, and then I also made like a bra with it, and then put diamonds all over the bra. Guys, it was sparkling from here to New York or here to Hong Kong. It was sparkling. I would have recorded and documented my pregnancy, my husband's reaction, because all these moments are like the best moments because it's just like life and, you know, things that we go through in life. Like my husband was told he couldn't have kids and he would never have kids. He was beat up really bad when he was a kid, and he was kicked in his, you know, down there, like his, you know, baby making machine down there. And the doctor told him he would never have kids again. And so we were together for a very long time, and we, you know, tried. I mean, we didn't try, but we weren't, you know, we weren't trying to prevent it. We weren't trying to prevent it because we thought we couldn't have kids. We thought he couldn't have kids. So it's like I mean, I prayed and I prayed and I prayed because I wanted kids, and just one day I got pregnant, and I'm like, I'm not, you know, feeling well. I missed my period, and I'm like, something's not right. So I just had a feeling, and I went to the store. I think it was Walgreens or CVS, one of them. I don't remember which one that was closest to me where we lived. That was walking distance. So I just walked there, and I got the test, and then I had to go to the hospital. I had to go to the hospital for what reason? I don't even remember. And they told me, and I wish I would have recorded this, guys. I wish I would have recorded it. I said, they said, did you know you're pregnant? And I looked so white. I was pale. I was white as a ghost. And I'm like, staring at her, not saying a word. And she's like, ma'am, are you okay? And I'm just standing there staring at her like, and just speechless. And then I'm like, are you serious? And she showed me the test, and she took me back, did an ultrasound, showed me the baby, and that's how I found out I was pregnant. And I went home because my husband was working, and I went home and I told my husband that I had gone to the store and I got tests. I got so many different tests, and then I got a gift bag, and I took the test. It came up immediately. I put them in. I put, I think, one in a bottle. I did like a huge gift set, like in this bag, and then I gave it to him, and he was like, I wish I could show you his reaction, guys. But he looked at it, and he was like, I can't have kids. I can't have kids. I can't have kids. And I'm like, but we're having a kid. We're pregnant. You gave me a baby. Like, I don't remember exactly what I said, but I said, we're having a baby. You can. We're having a baby. So I thought that, but they also told me that it wasn't going to survive. That it was in a place where it was going to, you know, disconnect or something, like it wasn't in the right spot. And so it was going to eventually detach from the, whatever they call that it's attached to. So I did everything I could to try to protect the baby and make it work. And 18 weeks into the pregnancy, I think I was 18 weeks or 20 weeks, but I was only showing, I think I might have been 18 weeks, and I was only showing it 18 weeks. And they were like, you're 18 weeks, and I'm like, no, I'm, you know, further along, I'm 20 weeks or something. I know I was 2 weeks more than what they said I was. And they said if we can, they would not, we had to go to the hospital because I don't remember why I had to go to the hospital. But I had to go to the hospital, and I think I was in a lot of pain. And I wanted to make sure the baby was okay. So they did a scan, they kept us back there, they didn't say much to us, but they said if we could only get you to 20 weeks, then we could save the baby. If we could only get you to 20 weeks, you know, we could deliver the baby. That's what they said. If we could only get you to 20 weeks, we could deliver the baby. And we're like, why do we want to deliver the baby now? what's going on? Something's, we were worried, and we were like, please tell us something. And nobody was telling us anything except they were, were trying to figure out, they were trying to get a hold of our doctor, and we were like, what is going on? So then, after a long time of waiting in the emergency room, here, wipe your eye. After a long time of waiting in the emergency room, he comes in and he does a scan, and he's like, it looks like you're showing 18 weeks. And we're like, no, or 20 weeks or something like that. And he's like, well, it's only showing that you're 18 weeks. And so he left. After we told him that, he left.
I'm going to pause this really quick and I'll be right back. I'm going to get them washed up and I'll be back and do the rest of story time. And I hope I don't forget where I left off. So, bear with me, guys.
So I forgot where I left off with my story time. I think it was when we were in the hospital and they were telling us that they wanted to deliver the baby. So we went home because they ended up sending us home. We went home and I went to the doctor. I had to do a follow-up. So I went to go to my doctor when we go get an ultrasound because she didn't hear. They told us that everything was fine. Baby was moving at the hospital. Well, 5 days later, I had a doctor's appointment. I had to do a follow-up 3 days after. 3 days after the hospital appointment. So then we went 3 days after that, and then my doctor, she couldn't hear a heartbeat, so she sent us for an ultrasound. So we went for an ultrasound, and that was the scariest moment, when she couldn't find a heartbeat. And hold on, Mommy will get it. Mommy will get it, okay? And so she was quiet. The technician for the ultrasound, she was quiet the whole time, and it was just like really nerve-wracking. And the look on my husband's face was just like this sad look. And then I'm just like, no, this can't be happening. And then she left the room to go get another, I think it was the manager or someone, and they both came back and they said the baby's heart wasn't beating, and the baby, had passed. And I lost it, and I just started, there felt like there was something in my throat, like a frog in my throat. I couldn't breathe. I just could not breathe. It felt like I was dying. It felt like my heart was ripped out of my chest. And I, was crying hysterically, uncontrollably. And I just couldn't get a breath because it just hurt so bad. It hurt so bad. I couldn't breathe, and it just feels like your heart was ripped out of your chest, and like it felt like I was dying, and I just kept screaming and crying. And keep it over here, okay? We'll get when it gets to the point where we can dip it, then I'll dip you some ice cream. And it just, that was horrible. And it was that, at that moment, I was like, well, this is it. This is a one-time in a lifetime that we're going to get pregnant, because my husband was told that was, I felt like that was a miracle, that she was our miracle baby. And so we went home. The doctor called us or something, and she said that, I think it was on the weekend, so she wanted me to get through the weekend and let the baby pass, see if it passed on its own, and then she would do a D&C if she needed to. Well, I was in so much pain, and I just was like, I think I got through that night, and I was in so much shock that I just rolled up in a ball, and I laid in bed, didn't talk. My husband was really worried about me because that wasn't who I was. I wasn't acting my normal self, and so he was really worried that, he's like, do you want me to call out of work? And I was like, no, I don't want you to get in trouble. And I just laid in bed and didn't get out of bed at all. And not even to eat. I mean, to use the bathroom, to go pee, and, stuff like that. That's it. And I just didn't feel like eating. So the next day, I, told my husband I couldn't do this. I could not get through the weekend, knowing that my baby was not alive, and I was, carrying her, and I just couldn't do it. So she told us to go to the ER. Wait, she told us what place to go to. She told us where to go, and we did. And then that's when she met us there to do the DNC, and No. She told us what hospital to go to. So then she was actually off, and she went on her off day, which she is so amazing. she's so amazing, and she was like my best, one of the best doctors I've ever had. I've had quite a few good doctors, really good, but she was really awesome. And so we were at the hospital, and I had, times where I, lost it and was crying uncontrollably, and then times where I was okay when it was time. Like, I had to be able to deliver the baby, so they gave me something, like a pill, to make my contractions go. Get down, baby, get down. You're messing with too much up there. And then it took 8 hours, I think, for me to get to 8 centimeters, and then that's when she came out, and I didn't even know, because I didn't feel it. I was so numb. Yeah, we gotta stay away from that, because that's Daddy's workplace. So, she was between my legs. The nurse came in to check me, and she pulled out back the sheet, and there she was right between my legs, and I didn't even know it. And they picked her up. Like, they had to be really gentle with her, because she was really flimsy, so they just put her, body, arms, where they weren't bending, because they were in weird ways. And they gave her to us in a towel, and we held her for a really long time, me and my husband. And then they ended up taking her and doing can't even talk. I can't even think. I forget what it's called, but it's where they burn the baby, or I can't even think of what that's called. Autopsy? No, we wanted an autopsy to see why she didn't make it, but the insurance wouldn't cover it. And we had really good insurance, because my husband used to be in the Navy, but they didn't cover it. So that is our story on a bunch of stories. I told you like a whole life story about how we got pregnant, and my husband, didn't think that he could have kids, because the doctors told him he couldn't have kids, and then losing the baby, funny moments. I told you a bunch of stories. So if you like this video, I really hope you like this video. Give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. I got a lot more story times, really good story times. And if what was I gonna say? Like, that story time, like, at the end really got me. And okay. So, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Please, 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 please subscribe to our channel. Like this video, comment, and comment more videos that, what you would like to see. And I'll make more videos of things that you want to see, content that you love and enjoy. And we'll see you in our next video. We love you guys so, so, so much. And we'll see you in the next video.